here.
And Ajay Gautam, can we be a little more sensitive when we speak about these two minors? No, there is problem in which you constantly say that there is a conspiracy. Because, no, you completely forget the fact that these two girls must have taken a lot of strength, you know, after being tortured, assaulted for 1.5, 3 years, for them to come out and then register their you know, complaint.
Maria ji, I witnessed many cases in which the POCSO has been used as a tool just to settle their personal score. I have witnessed about those cases, and this is not the first time. Whether Mr. Yashwardhan Azad denied that this law has not been misused by the authorities, whether the IPC and CRPC has not been misused for the sexual assault cases in the matter of the lot of research and lot of judgments come out where people lost their life just under this trauma. They are facing these kind of false charges and they spend their whole life in jail.
Yes, Mr. Azad.
I have never denied, in fact, I have said miscarriage of justice has taken place many a times. And in fact, politicians have misused the law also to arrest innocent people. Absolutely, there's no doubt. In this case also, this entire case has been turned on its head because a counter FIR has already been lodged. And it has been lodged by the accused, that is the warden, Rashmi. There could be every mutt and every religious place has internal problems, and I agree with you on that particular point. The question is, was there prima facie evidence or not about these two minor girls going and reporting a crime? And what the police has done is right or wrong. It's absolutely right that they have registered a case, but in 4 days, the investigation should have gone ahead, the questioning should have started, and if a counter FIR has already been lodged, then more the better that it has an appreciation of prima facie evidence on both sides.
Yes. So the basic process of law has not been followed in this case, Rahul Ishwar, is the point being made. That if there is a complaint, the seer should have been questioned. That hasn't happened. And because it's a POCSO case, he should have been arrested. That hasn't happened. And here what is at play here is pressure, politics and pulls and visible interference with the kind of statements that are coming from the politicians who are doing their best to prejudice this case.
No, Maria ji, I respect that outrage. But like Ajay Gautam ji rightly pointed out, we have seen in the past many years gross abuse and misuse of POCSO. See, when POCSO law came, nearly everyone in India applauded. But over the years, we have realized that it has been grossly misused. And one more thing, please remember this case was registered. Not necessarily prima facie evidence needs to be there. When such an allegation comes, it is incumbent on the police to register such a case. And police has already done that. Now police is investigation.
No, that is not the truth. That is not the truth. That yes, Yashwardhan Azad, please counter him. Yes.
Police would think 40 times just to register a case against a pontiff or anybody. In fact, even the Supreme Court has also said in the judgment that the pre-inquiry in certain cases would be important for the police before they register the FIR. The question is that you can't really say all the time that the law has been misused. The law has been misused in many times by many places. The law has been mostly misused by the politicians. But in this particular case, if you don't allow the legal proceedings to go on, I mean, that's a little unfortunate. In fact, the questioning is the first thing which should have been done, because how do you proceed in a particular case?
And besides the pontiff, Yashwardhan Azad, there are other accused as well.
Yes, there are 5.
There are 4 others, right? And Mr. Patabi, none of them have been questioned or arrested. Where is the rule of law in Karnataka?
Yes. In fact, from what I see from the news, the chief pontiff had already filed an application for anticipatory bail. And, in fact, at this stage, the way I can say, as you rightly said, the certification being given, I do respect, maybe he's a good man, he's a man who has done great service to the society. No one is questioning all these things, but we are only questioning what is the rule of law, what is the procedure established by law. In fact, the Supreme Court has said that whenever a complaint which makes out cognizable offences is given, as per Lalita Kumari case, the police are duty bound to register an FIR and start investigation. There is no other alternate for them. That is one thing. So here, not only the chief pontiff, whoever it is have been made an accused. If, we accept unconditionally that they are all very good, they are all pious persons, but unfortunately, even
Ajay
accepting
Gautam
the conspiracy
has a
theory,
point here. Yes, go ahead, Mr. Gautam. What are you
No,
saying?
as far as concerned to the Lalita Kumari and other judgment, they also said ki in para number 120.2 ki you have to make a preliminary inquiry before the arrest whether there is a sustainable or you have the sabut and all this thing, then you have to make a arrest.
no.
And arrest
About
is
the
not a
different
mandatory
issues.
in all cases. As in the light of Arnesh Kumar judgment, I am not going in the league. I am not knocking the legal window. I am saying simply, a judge, a nun has written a book about her life. Ki how many church people are exploited her and raped her and molested her throughout life. Not a single FIR has been registered, not a single arrest made so far after the disclosure by a nun in Kerala. And when a matter come about a Hindu religious Sant, Seer and any Mathadish, that every so-called activist come forward and make a pressure on the police and the judiciary to first of all make a mandatory arrest, interrogate, and then you have to hang him. As per the eyes of the so-called activist, hang him on a lamppost
I don't
without
think
give
so.
a fair trial or without give a
I
chance
think
of fair trial.
it's not about fair trial here. It's about justice for those two minors. And you seem to be forgetting that. Instead, you're talking.
I'm
no,
talking about
no,
the justice
the
to
process.
religious seer. It's a malafide. It's a malafide. In my views, until and unless he prove a guilty in any court of law,
Okay,
he's innocent.
I have just 30
He's a
seconds for Mr.
malafide.
Stanley.
It's a
Mr.
malafide case.
Stanley gets the final words. Yes, Mr. Stanley, please go ahead.
So thank you. Thing is, we all should think in a different direction. We have to look about the situation of those children who are in distress, whose minds are, destroyed. We need to reconstruct the minds of these survivors and to give them assurance of hope and to keep them with the hope of getting justice. That is the need of the heart. It is the responsibility of the government and the civil society to talk about these children. That is the way, because so many people are there to talk about the powerful people.
Yes, who will
And
speak
it is
about
the
and for
duty of
these
people-
girls, who will stand up for these girls. And Yashwardhan Azad is rather ironical. We are talking about the same state of Karnataka, where recently there was this entire issue about that Eidgah Maidan. Then we have seen hijab. Then there has been issue of halal. Then loudspeaker. Such polarizing issues. Both political parties speak up. All political parties have a stand on it. The BJP blames the Congress blames the BJP. But when it comes to issues of minor girls, nobody seems to be speaking for them.
Yes. All those things are about religion and politics. I'm not interested about this. I'm totally worried about the children. We talk about the children. If we have the commitment for the children and about the future and what message we need to give to the children, be careful. And
Yashwardhan Azad, just 20 seconds for you,
society is
please,
watching about this.
Yes.
I feel that in such a sensitive case, the police should act with alacrity. The police should act with real speed because there is a counter FIR also. The people should be questioned. The special CID should be brought in so that to the satisfaction of all sides. But I do feel this investigation will be under problems if it is done in the same state and something is to be done.
So it should be transferred out of Karnataka.
Yes.
If these girls were to get justice. Ajay Gautam, Yashwardhan Azad, Mr. Patabi, Rahul Ishwar and KV Stanley, thank you so much for joining us. Shifting focus to debate.